Yeah, you gotta love Fox News. They wait until after we're at war before they start to worry about the PTSD.
Things blow up, people get shot. Right now, it's a foggy road.
The past.
Get out, get out, get out.
How am I going to cope? How am I going to do this?
Just keeps getting in the way.
It changed my life.
Of the future.
I just want to blend in.
But they can't. Not yet.
Make a change.
These brave young people were just the kids next door. Now, they're Iraq war veterans.
I think people care. I just don't think that they know.
Struggling with memories that won't fade away.
I can still remember the way everything smelled. I can remember what it felt like in my hands. I see it all the time. I remember it. And I dream about it at night.
Army Sergeant Elizabeth Rickey had to do the unthinkable. An improvised explosive device blew this truck apart. Her job was on the human remains recovery team. She volunteered to pick up the pieces of men and women killed by roadside bombs.
They asked us who thought that they could handle it.
Elizabeth handled it until May 18th.
No one had told us that it was part of our unit. There were pieces of truck everywhere. And scattered all through it were, you know, pieces of my friends. When it's somebody you know and you're trying to find that and you can't, it's like, it sends you into a panic. You're like, I can't find a piece of him. I don't know what to do. So we did. We picked up everything and our friends and came back home.
Oh my lord, can you believe they didn't say how long she was on the detail or name the commander who put her on detail picking up pieces of her own friends?
But home will never be the same. The Army says Elizabeth is 100% disabled. Diagnosis: post-traumatic stress disorder.
We all wrote home and told our family members, you know, that we love them and what we wanted. And
Brian Bodrog is also 100% disabled with PTSD and a battered body. The physical and psychological scars came during the battle for Fallujah. Brian was saving his buddy's life.
my friend's stuck in the street, needs help.
Then he set up his machine gun and started firing.
RPG struck me and then landed next to me, blew up, sent me flying. When you're at home, when you're trying to sleep, when you can't sleep, you know, and when you finally do fall asleep, you have dreams, nightmares, you wake up from them, waking your partner up from them.
It was quite an obstacle because we started our relationship when he was 100%, and then when the next time I saw him was when he had gotten back around Christmas time.
Brian and his wife Leah fell in love when he was whole. She married him, knowing there were wounds she could never see.
You know, the psychological aspect on top of the physical was a huge switch in almost like personality of who Brian was before and after.
The past just keeps getting in the way of the future.
It's very hard on you emotionally.
David Carlson was also a Marine infantryman and did 3 tours in Iraq, including the battles of Fallujah and Ramadi. With his head in full view of the enemy, he led convoys for the likes of John McCain.
Oh, holy shit. They plugged John McCain? And they didn't even ask the soldier what he thinks of the Republican Party's lies about the weapons of mass destruction?
He says sometimes he was sure death was just down the road.
You know, I get down in my turret, you almost shut your eyes, and you quick prayer, you know, you're like, this could be it, this could be it, nothing. Pop back up, and you're right back to controlling the roads and making sure the boss is getting where he needs to go. I mean, you could die any second, and that is stressful.
The stress lives on back home.
Even today, I drive down the road, I see a tire on the side of the road. Immediately, the first thing I think of is, oh, you know, that's a tire. I've been blown up by a tire.
Elizabeth knows what he's going through.
It was a regular mission.
Her Humvee was hit by an IED.
Out of nowhere, it was like black. You can see people's mouths moving, you can watch people running around, and you just can't hear anything. It was really intense.
That past just keeps getting in the way.
It comes out of nowhere. You know, I'm just driving a calm, regular day to school, and there will be a cardboard box on the side of the road, and before I can even process it in my head, I've swerved over across 3 lanes of traffic, and my hands start shaking. I can hardly breathe.
Here are the facts. 1 in 5 returning Iraqi veterans will have PTSD, but only about a quarter of them are getting the help they need.
It'll tell you on the bottom.
Elizabeth, David, and Brian attend weekly group therapy at the VA. Newcomer James recently joined them at the Roseville VFW. Upstairs, they hang out like other kids their age. A few pull tabs, a few drinks.
That all goes back to us just wanting to blend in. Like, we don't want to stand out.
Downstairs, they talk about how impossible it is to really fit in.
You don't want to silhouette yourself.
Especially when people ask about the killing.
The people who actually ask us those questions are mainly people our age. Like, you got, like, dude, I know this is a kind of a off question, but have you ever killed anyone? Like, I mean, come on now. Like,
yeah,
is that something you just want to ask somebody that, like, have you ever taken another human life? Like,
yeah, what are you supposed to say to them? Like, oh, hell yeah, I killed somebody. No. You know, it's not something that you're proud
well, then they're
of.
like, hey, that Elizabeth.
They want and need to talk about it with each other. They ask the rest of us to let them move forward.
Please, please don't ask people that.
And they also want to make a difference. David is at the U of M. He interrupted college to go to war. Now he plans to be a politician.
Yeah, I love my country. And
Elizabeth attends Century College. She wants a major in biology.
I'm trying to start over, kind of.
Brian is at UW River Falls. This all-American boy turned American hero wants a major in psychology so he can help the veterans who need care but aren't getting it.
And hopefully they'll be able to open up with me, knowing that I'm a veteran and I was in the Battle of Fallujah, so I have combat experience and I've been there. I know what they're going through because I've been there.
Proud of what they've done, and one step at a time, perhaps the past will finally get out of the way of their future.
Gee, thanks Fox News for not overwhelming us with statistics, especially the ones about suicides and alcohol abuse.
Health experts say early intervention is key to helping veterans recover from PTSD. That's why the mom of this Iraq War veteran, Noah Pierce, is pushing for mandatory counseling for all veterans who see combat. Pierce committed suicide last summer in northern Minnesota. To read more about his story and his mom's plea to Congress, go to myfox9.com, scroll down to investigators, and click on the story, Hidden War Wound. I'm Tom Lydon, Fox 9 News.
Yeah, make sure you go to the website so Fox News can make money off the advertisements, because we got to get back to the 2 crooked reporters acting like they care about our troops.
They make so many sacrifices.
They do.
And at the same time, Tom tells us that not everybody is getting the help that they could get. So hopefully it opens some more eyes and folks get out there and get it.
We always talk about the billions that are spent in equipment and in troops. We never take into account the money that needs to go into mental health for these young people who are coming back. They sacrifice so much for us, they need it.
And they're all coming back trying to make a difference now.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's bad? Wait until you see what they followed it up with.
After almost 3 months, Hollywood writers are about to trade in picket signs for their laptops.
With a deal finally in place, how long before your favorite reality shows turn to the airwaves with fresh episodes?